Logging your hiking progress, along with your thoughts, your goals, and your memories, is so rewarding. In today's video, I will share tools I created and offer them as free printables for you for creating a simple hiking journal to use on or after the trail. So even if you've never kept a journal before, you can get started today or be inspired to customize a hiking log of your very own in no time using my design as a guide. Let's go. So today I thought I would start out on the trail first and then do the second segment of the video from home. But I'm back out on the trail for the week. I really spent some time going over both the trail map and my path from the previous hikes that I've been out. This is probably not a lot to most people, but for me, if I hit 8 miles today, it will be my longest hike. So I'm celebrating the little milestones to keep me motivated, piggybacking off of last week's video. I have planned it out. It's actually a compilation of 3 different sections of trail that I'm hoping to piece together now that I've been on all and try to put them together into one big loop. So today I'm looking at hopefully 8 miles. I'll let you know how that goes, and anything interesting comes up or comes to mind, I will pop in and let you know. I'm not sure how well it'll come in on the video. I'm trying to be a little bit more stabilized with my shots, but my trouble comes when I focus on what I'm saying. This is rock crop. I did go up it last time with Ella, which was a little bit dicey. It's not well marked. My goodness, look at this. So last week I talked about building hiking motivation, one of the creative avenues of using photography or videos, and I hinted at this week going a little bit deeper into how to create a hiking journal as another creative avenue. Personally, I struggle to find printables, aka free tools online to get me started. There are lots of gorgeous and inspiring and even lightweight minimalistic journals that are available to purchase, and honestly, I almost impulsively went there. However, most of what I found was either total blank slates inside or very content restrictive to other people's needs, and there was little in between. And of course, the in between is what my vision was. So I came up with 6 basic goals of what I wanted to incorporate in my design of a hiking journal, and I'm going to go over those with you now. So number 1, I wanted it to be simple enough that I wouldn't have to overthink what to record or write. Number 2, I wanted to keep it easy enough to complete so that I wouldn't burn out after a couple of entries or feel too tired after a long hike to log in. Number 3, open enough to add creative and meaningful memories of my hikes where warranted. Number 4, reviewable at a glance, so that I could flip back through and see my progress without needing to read through lengthy writing. Number 5, flexible and customizable, so that every entry can be creative as I want or as basic as I want, and also include options for variety, so I don't get bored using it. And last but not least, number 6, I wanted it to be shareable so that I can let others use it as well and allow it to work for them in all the ways that I mentioned above. Swamp critters. The nastiest water to be drinking, Ella. Filter, please. Drinking the same thing as the swamp critters. That makes you one of them. We're gonna go across this little mud pit. Okay, Elle, here we go. Little princess does not like to get her feet wet or muddy. Not that I really do either, but. Okay, so now we're gonna get into how to create your hiking journal or your trail log. Basically, you have 2 types of journals that you can work with, either a hardback or a more portable softback design. The hardbacks are nice if you wanted to compile something a little bit more formal. Maybe if you're doing an entire year's worth, you could use this design. Now, you want to buy them that have a waterproof cover. This is just leather. Ziploc bag and seal them up. And you can either take them on the trail or to wait to get home. So the other one is a travel journal, portfolio style. So it's got the leather, real soft leather cover. And then this particular design has which is pretty cool, you can put your maps or your trail guide sections in here in the front. And then a series of, I think there came with 3 of the individual, take one out, little portable journals. These are nice because obviously they're easy to pop in your bag and would take up basically no space or weight. If you want to even get creative, you could design extras of these on your own. It's essentially just a heavier weight, like craft or construction kind of sketch kind of paper. And you can see there's 10 sheets here, folded in the middle, stapled, and then you get 20 pages, and they just cover it with either a heavy piece of cardstock, you know, even a cardboard cereal box, and then you can cover them, design them. But again, pop it in a Ziploc bag to keep it safe with your pen. I like to use also either pencils with an eraser in there, or colored pencils are great. The third plan actually is to kind of combine a little bit of what I have in my printable that I'm including in this video. So you could even cut and paste parts of mine, and I'll show you how, into the hardbound designs. What I did, cut out like the first cover page and just glued it onto the inside of my hardback book. And then the data gathering page, glued that onto my first sheet. And then the one that where you talk about ratings and just prompts for what to write, you could put that one even on the inside of your back cover, glue it in, or just use the printable as is, as I prepared it. It's ready to go. The fourth way, I guess, is I made this in pages. You could use Word as a guide and kind of customize it if there's something that you want to take out or add your own ideas. It's really easy to use this to lay it out, and still within an hour's time you can create your own design. How it is set up is the first page, and the directions will be to print just the first page single-sided. If you cut, and then there's the dotted line in here, cut right along there. This is either your cover and your back, the inside of your back cover, or you can use these in your other journals. And then your inside pages, which is page 2 and 3, you can print front to back, two-sided, and it'll give you, so each sheet of paper will be the equivalent of 2 days of journaling. And again, you're gonna cut right at the middle, dotted line, so you'll have a front and back. So what kinds of things I included were just your basic logs on the first one, again, making it easy to just jot down your information. If you use something that, like some kind of a trail app like All Trails, a lot of this is gonna be there, and you can plug it off of your phone into your hard copy. So location, date, distance, weather, duration of your hike, the elevation range that you go, how you're feeling, the rating, the terrain, if you went solo or accompanied by even your dog or a friend, what kinds of things that you saw, whether it's flora, fauna, rainbows, whatever. And then thoughts, observation, and activities are going to be pulled from the prompt section, which was on the bottom half of your front one. So it just gives you ideas for, you know, what I regret about today or like to do differently if I came back, the gratitudes, what inspired you or surprised you as a hiker, what I'm improving at, I'll need to work on something, trail magic that you kind of found, and a sensory check-in. It just gives you something when you sit there and think, I don't know what to write about. So that's going to go in your thoughts and observation section. And then on the second, which will be your opposing page, is put in a piece of like a trail map that you have. If you want to draw something, write a poem, do a pressed flower, as long as it's not like a protected area and you're not pulling anything out that's going to destroy the natural setting, doing a rubbing of a leaf, that kinds of thing. So you're putting samples of what you found. What else? Online journals. Also, I'm going to put a link in the bottom of the description. If you want to use these as guide to gather and then transfer, you can either keep a private journal on some of these or make them, you know, public so that you can share them with others if you prefer that style. Right, rather type it than write it. And then another really cool one, especially if you have kids, is where you take one sheet of paper, you may have seen this, where you fold and cut it and just fold it around so that you have a cover, a back cover, and some inside sheets. And so it's a single little tiny portable journal. You can make a bunch of them, put them in your Ziploc bag, take them along, and you'll always have something ready to go if you want to take notes while you're out there. But it's great for kids. They can design it. Then you can have them really engage as well with what they're seeing on the trail, taking rubbings of leaves and drawing things that they're seeing, maybe some animals that they encounter and that kind of thing. So it's a fun way to incorporate it. So there's lots of options. I've got you started out with some guides that you can use as is, staple them together, use them the way they are, use them to design as a template to design your own in your own word processing, or cut and paste them into journals that you want to keep for a specific goal that you're working toward. So that is what I have for this week. So I'm going to take you back to the trail, and we'll finish up where that goal of an 8-mile hike and see how it turned out. Talk to you next time. There you go. You ready to hit some more trail? So you get back to that car. Just getting pretty tired, so am I. Goober. You're such a goober. But it's a beautiful day. Today has been challenging, but we still have, I have to check my mileage, but I think we still have about 3.5 to go. So just enjoying our little break. We fueled on some water, had some snacks, which Ella demands on. She's always snooping through the bag. As soon as she sees us sit down, she's ready for treats. Can't blame her. She does a good job out here, so she earns it. Just enjoying our view. Oh, and she got a bee, one bee down. Very early in the trail, she heard something in the leaves and went over. I don't know if she heard the buzzing or what, but she went over and she started scrambling after something, and I'm thinking mouse. But then I saw a bee. But he didn't make it. It's just holding me down here. Anything for a belly rub, right? You can hear the trees. I don't know if you'll pick that up, but the trees are creaking in the wind, and there's a couple of them that are laying over, and I walk underneath and I'm so leery. Just like one moment they're going to crash. What do you think, girl? Ready to go hit that big downhill? Thought I'd do a little aftermath of our hike. This is what I've got. Ella I guess she has a headache, I don't know. So we did make our goal and then some. It actually turned into exactly 9 miles. 9 miles is pushing it. I think maybe 7 is kind of the sweet spot right now, and we'll get there. But at least one of us will. This one is knocked out. She said she enjoyed it, she had fun, she hopped right into the car, and then it was just a flop and deep sigh. If a picture and a video can say 1,000 words, this one does just that.